All right, we have more changes unfolding in the Golden State. Changes that have the largest state in the country, economically speaking, caught milking its residents out of their hard-earned money after years of rising electricity costs statewide, far and away higher than any other state, and a bloated layer of bureaucracy shielding the true motives behind these rate increases, all in an effort to do what? To fight climate change and meet the governor's 2035 and 2045 renewable goals. Yeah, I don't think so. A light is now being shined on the operators behind this scheme, a scheme that's generated billions beyond billions in profits for the public utility companies, PG&E, for example. It's right, a public company who's raking in billions in profits. It now comes out they're protected on high by Gavin Newsom himself. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. So California, hands down my favorite state in the country, geographically speaking. So much to see, so much to do in California. And someone like me who comes from the East Coast, the first thing you realize when you arrive is just the sheer enormity of it. Everything is big, huge. The mountains, the forest, everything is bigger than back east. I lived in California for a while, and one thing I'll recommend everyone do, if you've never been, drive north up the 101, up to the Redwoods. The sheer size of the trees up there, it's something you can't quite conceptualize unless you see it for yourself. And when you're driving to the west, you have the Pacific Ocean. It's jaw-dropping, majestic. What you'd imagine it was like thousands of years ago, real old growth. And with all of its beauty and resources, one of the most oil-rich states in the country, by the way, ranking third among all 50 states. There's more oil under the ground in California than some Middle East countries have entirely. Yet California's got the highest energy costs, electricity costs in the nation, and it's about to get even worse, thanks to the California Public Utilities Commission, who just approved an additional fixed charge to residential bills and has been steadily increasing the cost of electricity month after month after month for the last 3 years. A 5-person panel or 5-person board, handpicked by the governor himself, configured purposefully to avoid oversight, prevent judicial review. How Gavin gets away with this crap, I have no idea. Configured by executive order to be outside the reach of the courts. Every other state in the country, you can appeal state agency decisions and take it to the Superior Court. Not here, folks. The California Public Utilities Commission is outside judicial review, answering only to Governor Newsom. California's electricity sector, it's ran like the mafia. Most people don't know this. I'm going to explain how this corrupt system works, unlike any other state in the country. And they're doing this purposely, by the way, in my opinion. But before we look at that, let's just add some context here, okay? Last year, residents of California had the second highest electricity bills in the country. Only Hawaii was more expensive. Well, not anymore. California's quickly become one of the most expensive places on the globe to obtain 24-hour electricity from. In fact, it's gotten so bad, if you live in certain parts of California, your monthly electric bill's more expensive than your rent. Imagine that. I know my electric bill in South Florida, for example, for a 3,000 square foot house is less than $200 a month. And that's with air conditioning, non-stop air conditioning, to be honest. It's hot in South Florida. In California, it would be 10 times that, maybe 20 times that. It's gotten so bad that even liberal reporters who are die-hard Gavin Newsom fans, are getting so frustrated. They're losing their cool on him in public, confronting the governor during his last press conference, demanding answers for why they can't afford their electric bills. Doing this in public, folks, in front of cameras. These are reporters we're talking about, normally providing cover for the governor. They've had enough. Watch this exchange from a few days ago. Check this out.
And as far as on the energy topic, I live in Woodland, and I'm actually a customer of Valley Clean Energy. And I can tell you my power bills have not gone down. And I'm curious, when should California see some financial benefit to this transformation to renewables?
Well, I think we have. That wind, the water, and solar has kept prices down. This is the cheapest form of energy right out here, this technology. It's had a significant impact on what you don't see. Our nation-leading climate policies have also had a significant impact of rebating customers, including $146 just this month that will be going out on average to customers, millions and millions of customers through our cap and trade program to offset their utility costs.
Now, how expensive is it? How costly are we talking about here? Well, check this out. In Borrego Springs, near San Diego, the Wall Street Journal got a look at this local resident's electric bill for the last 6 months. One resident named Jessica Narir, she paid her June electric bill for her single-family house. The total for the month, get this, came to $1,873, almost $1,900 for only the month of June. She had no past due balance, nothing like that, no extra charges. That was literally for 1 month of service, far exceeding her $1,200 rent, by the way, and double what it was 2 summers ago. So in a matter of 2 years, her electric bill's doubled. And that's not all. A bodega owner in the same town, they looked at this guy's electric bill. He's being billed $8,000 a month for his electric bill, while his rent is $9,500. And this isn't some giant supermarket, folks. We're talking about a small bodega general store here. Here's some photos of his store. And in the past few months, since April, the prices are rising even more. Again, residents are seeing their bills jumping each month, and people want to know why. Watch.
Well, turning now to your energy bill. With the legislative session closing at the end of the month, a huge rumor is swirling in the halls of the Capitol. Is Governor Newsom going to introduce legislation to try and curb PG&E and spending and lower rates for all electric bills?
With about 3 weeks left in this session, energy advocacy groups confirm they met to discuss Newsom introducing legislation to lower energy bills.
PG&E recording record profit. We're experiencing record bills.
So what the hell is happening here? Why is it so expensive? It's hard to believe, folks. So California's energy sector, it's managed unlike any other state in the country. The power companies in California, companies like PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, for example, a public company who really is raking in the cash, earning billions in net income each year, revenue and profit growth, unlike any other utility company I've ever seen. And how are they doing this? How are they pulling this off? Because of the California Public Utilities Commission. Gavin's 5-member agency, 5 political appointees who Newsom chose himself to regulate the prices and services of these private energy companies. They're greenlighting all of these price hikes. It's scandalous.
PG&E says combined gas and electric bills have increased 16% this year.
Customer advocates agree utility companies like PG&E need their spending curbed. Former California PUC President Loretta Lynch says you don't need legislation to do this. The governor appoints CPUC. Lynch says the governor could simply appoint regulators.
The scuttlebutt is that they're going to save $1 billion. Just last week, the PUC authorized $1.2 billion in extra costs for the Oakland headquarters move of just PG&E.
Normal working people are being devastated by these rates, all approved by this commission. And now that Californians are making some noise about it, Newsom's all of a sudden swooping in to say, oh, don't worry, we'll save you. The state will swoop in and save you from these greedy energy companies. Folks, he caused the problem. And now he's pretending to be the one to fix it. He's fixing it because he's caught red-handed. Look at this, quote, "The buck stops at the Public Utilities Commission to protect utility customers. When a private utility like PG&E decides it needs to build a new infrastructure, say to protect against wildfires, it's the commission that determines if the infrastructure is necessary or not." Well, they don't do that. They never do. Each and every time for years, they've signed off on every single one of these ridiculous, overpriced projects to milk the state, charging these ridiculous sums for these infrastructure projects that could be done for a fraction of the cost Quote, the commission enjoys limited scrutiny by the courts. Unlike in other states, decisions made by other state agencies can be appealed to Superior Court. But in California, because the way the commission was configured, only an appellate court can hear commission appeals, and taking that case is discretionary. This limited judicial review means that the Public Utilities Commission essentially answers to the governor and the governor alone. Now, it gets even more nefarious when you look into this commission, Gavin's Public Utilities Commission, because this 5-member panel who approves all of this crap appears to have a very cozy relationship with these energy companies and the energy sector in general. In the past, previous panel members would sign off on all these overpriced projects, and then when they would retire, they'd get rewarded with these cushy jobs at some affiliated company or some state organization that's linked to that company. What it looks like is a pay-for-play scheme. That's what it looks like to me. Even CalMatters.org is now blaming Gavin's commission for all of this, writing a few weeks ago, quote, but that's what concerns many PG&E customers who cannot afford to pay their soaring utility bills. As of February, more than 1 million of these California customers were behind on payments. The California Public Utilities Commission, tasked with regulating private utilities, just approved another rate hike last month on top of a previous increase that took effect in January, amounting to a roughly $400 annual bump for the average household. The staggering energy costs have rocked residents and business owners, who are exacerbated by the inability of state leaders and commissioners to ease their financial pain. Will PG&E or the CPUC, the commission, or the commissioners who approve these outrageous increases face any consequences, they ask? That's coming from Cal Matters. Look, this is the definition of big government run amok. If you were to ask die-hard Democrats, for example, about electricity costs in California, they'd probably give you the party line that it's the duck curve or whatever, caused by too much solar power during the day, not enough at night, yada yada. Sure, but we're talking years of this shit. No other state in the country is dealing with this. Florida, for example, is hot, very, very hot in the summer, and electricity's nowhere near as expensive. It comes down to the governor wanting to, A, meet his 2035 and 2045 goals of 90% renewables, even if that means, by the way, you can't afford to keep the lights on, even if it means your electric bill, your normal average Californian's electric bill is $2,000 a month. Here's an idea, Gavin. Use fossil fuels until you solve your storage needs. Something needs to change in California. All right, that wraps up the news portion of this video. Now let me tell you about the sponsor for today, RealBricks, a fractional investment real estate company that makes real estate investing easy by letting you buy shares of long-term rental properties. It's a simple way to get started in real estate investing with smaller amounts of money. So look, I find this company super interesting, this whole concept. I've seen other companies out there do something similar with art and watches and all types of other products, but I've always wondered why you don't see it done with real estate. Well, now you do. And RealBricks made the process super easy. Let me explain how this works. So to start investing in real estate, all you do, you go to realbricks.com, browse the available properties, choose a property that you like, and you could buy shares in it right on their site. Then you start earning rental income and benefit from property appreciation. No pre-approvals or realtor commissions or any of that crap. RealBricks made investing in real estate like investing in the stock market, right? You buy shares in that specific property, easy peasy. Now, why do this? Why use RealBricks instead of going through the normal process? Well, you could start with small investments, an easy way to diversify your portfolio. You could do it right now, all while accomplishing the same goal that all real estate investors have, to earn passive income. But the beautiful part is you could do it without being a landlord. You could do it with a small amount of money if you want to get exposure to real estate. And plus, they have an app available to track all of this on Android and on iOS. You can watch your properties in real time, manage and track your rental income that you're generating from your investment right on your phone. And with their secondary market, this is important. You could sell your shares back whenever you like. It's a very interesting way to get exposure to real estate. No pre-approvals or 20% down payment. So look, here's what I'll do. I'll leave a link to their website in the description. realbricks.com. You could sign up today and start building your portfolio. To buy shares in one of the properties, you will have to provide your ID and connect your bank account one time, just like you would if you have a Robinhood account or a Coinbase account. All right, that wraps up this video. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.